not give you Thanksgiving break homework, but I will if we don't get through it. Now, if you work extra hard today, we should get through it. So let's just get right to it. So today we're doing 5-2. We're going to be classifying or naming polynomials. Classifying, naming means the same thing. And we're going to be also combining like terms, once again, on an advanced level. So that's not going to be super new to us. All right. So classifying a polynomial is the same thing as naming a polynomial. Now, a polynomial has two names, just like we have two names. The first name is all dependent on the highest degree. Now remember, degree means exponent. The only thing that matters is the highest degree. That's the only thing that matters, the highest exponent. Does everybody understand that? Then the second name comes from the number of terms. Now remember, terms are separated by a plus or minus sign. So 1, 2 terms. This one has 2 terms, for example. So the second name comes from the number of terms. So it just depends on the polynomial. Does everybody understand what a degree is and what a number of terms, what a term is? Yeah? Okay. All right, so you'll want a picture of this. I mean, I could wait for you to write it in your notes, but that'll take a lot longer than if you just take the picture, write it in your own notes, and then we can move forward, hopefully to not give you homework. So everybody, you will need this. Every single one of you needs this one way or another. So start writing like a maniac or get a picture of it. Ready, set, go. You have a picture of it. So once again, the first name comes from the highest degree. So if it's degree 0, that'd be a constant. So for example, if we had like a 9, if we had like a 9, that does not have a variable, right? Technically, it's x to the 0 power, which we know is equal to 1. So 0 degree, there's no variable. First degree linear would be x, right? Degree 1, everybody? Isn't x degree 1? Degree 1, yeah? Degree 2 would be something like x squared. Degree 3 would be x cubed. Degree 4 would be x to the 4th. Degree 5 would be x to the 5th. And degree 6 and so on. So if it's a 0 degree, it's called a constant. If it's a first degree, it's called a linear. If it's second degree, it's quadratic. If it's third degree, it's cubic. Fourth degree, quartic. Fifth degree, quintic. And sixth degree, sixth degree. Seventh degree, seventh degree. Now here are 2 little things to hopefully help you remember this. You'll just have to know up to cubic. These ones all kind of make sense though, but once you get to quartic, some people forget. There are 4 quarts in a gallon, right? 4 quarts in a gallon. So 4 is quartic. Does that make sense? An easy way to help you remember. Then degree 5. You guys are too young to know. You guys are out of the age group. When I taught my first year or 2, students still had seen the same shows as me. But on the Disney Channel, there was a show called Quince. And it was about this girl that her mom had 5 babies. And so, yeah. Quince is having 5. So quintic is 5. So quince is 5. And then 6th degree, whatever. So everybody good with quartic and quintic. Your music's way too loud.
Yeah.
Whoever it is.
I'll take responsibility.
Yep. So whoever just turned it down, keep it off. Way too loud. If I can hear you from up here, the whole freaking class can hear you. Okay, let's go through this. So the second name comes from number of terms. So if it has, you can't have 0 terms. If it has 1 term, it's a monomial. 2 terms, a binomial. 3 terms, a trinomial. 4 terms, a polynomial of 4 terms. 5 terms, polynomial of 5 terms. So what do you think 6 terms? Polynomial of
6 terms.
Okay, good. Now, notice the second name is always the eels. So monomial, the second name is the eels. Binomial, trinomial. Okay, so hopefully that'll help you. Okay, now stop. The most important thing to do, before you name, before you classify polynomial, you must make sure 2 things are true. You have to make sure it's in standard form, and you have to make sure that all like terms are combined. Does that make sense? So you want to classify it if you had x plus x, that's actually what? What's x plus x? 2x, right? Isn't x plus x 2x, guys? Yeah. So you have to add them up together before you name it. Does that make sense? Okay, here's our first examples. So everybody pay close attention and ask questions. So first of all, before we classify, we have to make sure it's in standard form. Highest degree to lowest degree. Is this in highest degree to lowest degree? Are all my like terms combined? Yes, so now we can name it. The first name comes from the highest degree, which is 5. So what's my first name?
Polynomial of 5.
Nope.
Polynomial.
The first name, look at your notes.
Quintic.
Quintic, very good. Quintic.
Oh,
It's a quintic. Now, how many terms? 1, 2, 3. So what's the name for something that has 3 terms? Trinomial.
trinomial.
All right. NASA are all slappy silly. All right, moving on to the next one. Questions on that one? Okay, is this one in standard form?
Yep. Oh.
Yep, it is. Highest degree to lowest degree. All right, can we combine like terms?
Nope.
Nope. So now we can name it. Highest degree is 3. So what's the name for 3?
Cubit.
Cubic. It's a cubic, and then 2 terms. How many terms? 2? So it's a what?
Binomial.
Binomial. Call it right, Master. I'll kick you right out.
I don't know what they're called.
Then don't say anything, because you didn't take notes when you're supposed to.
Can you go back?
No. Yeah.
Is cubic and cubic mean the same thing? Do they have an R?
No, you would need to spell it actually right. Yeah. So spell it cubic. Good question. Okay, let's look at a few of these. Classify each polynomial. Can I start classifying here yet?
No.
No, we gotta combine like terms first. 2x's plus 3x's is how many x's?
5x.
5x. So we have 5x minus 5. Now it's in standard form. Let's name it. What's the degree? Don't say 0.
That's
First
full
degree.
number.
1 degree. Yep. So it's first. So it has 1 degree. What's the name for that?
Linear.
Linear. It's linear. And how many terms? 1, 2.
Binomial.
Binomial. Good. All right, let's do this one. First, we have to make sure we combine all like terms. So watch carefully. Negative 7x to the fourth plus 3x to the fourth.
Negative 4x to the fourth.
Negative 4x to the fourth. Thank you. And then negative 5x. Nope. Let's see. X squared would have come next. So plus x squared. Sorry. Plus x squared. Then minus 5x. Then minus 3. Now it's in standard form. Now we'll name it by the highest degree. First name is degree 4. So what is it?
Quadratic.
Nope. Quadratic's 2. Quart. Right? 4 quarts. So it's a quartic. Quartic. And then how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Polynomial.
Good. Poly of 4. Poly of 4 terms. Good. Thank you. Last few, guys. Negative 20x squared. Is it in standard form?
Yes.
Yep. What's the highest degree? 2. So it's a quadratic. How many terms?
Just 1.
1. So it's a monomial. All right. And last one. 8m minus 2 plus 4. That's 8m plus
2.
2. So this is a linear. And then what?
Binomial.
Binomial. Good. Now, guys, also we need to list the coefficients. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go back and list the coefficients. Now, the coefficients are the numbers in front of the variable. So our coefficient would be 7, 3, negative 2. This one is negative 1, negative 2. We're listing the coefficients. What's this one?
Negative 20.
Good. The coefficients, 8 and
2.
2. And do we need to do these 2? No? You're good? Ready to practice on your own? You got it. Do problems 1 through 6. First, put into standard form, combine like terms. Ready, set, go. Okay, so now we're going to be combining like terms. We've actually done this year already, but we need to be really careful. Now, I'm going to warn you. We are now at this level. We're no longer amateurs. So I expect you to be very careful on every single problem and not make sign errors. Because we need to be way past the point of not being able to add negative numbers to positive numbers and positives to negatives and negatives to negatives. Okay, guys, so I want you to go slow and get them right. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to go around and say to you, you messed up right here and help you. I'm going to say wrong, 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 and you have to figure it out. Now, it sucks to redo the whole problem, so just watch me, do what I do, go carefully, ask questions. All right, so from here, if you look, it says simplify. You've got to look. Are we adding? Yes. So are we going to distribute anything? No, distributing is a multiplication property. We are simply adding these two things. With addition, we don't have to worry about any sign changes here. So we're simply combining like terms. Now, when you simplify them, you have to put them in standard form. So as I go through this, I'm going to simplify them going from the highest to the lowest degree. So let's start with the highest degree. And I'm going to cross them out as we go, carefully. Negative 2x squared plus 6x squared. How many x squareds?
4x squared.
4x squared. Is everybody okay with that? Okay. Moving on. 2x's plus negative 3x's. Negative 1x, you're right, so negative x. Questions? Positive 5 plus negative 7.
Negative 2.
Negative 2. And we're done. Was I careful? Yes. You need to be careful too. Stay with me, guys. Don't just say, oh, that was easy, and now I'm going to go, because you're going to get them wrong. And then I'm going to just tell you that they're wrong, but that you didn't pay attention. So please listen. Here we go. Negative 8 plus 2x to the fourth plus 5x minus negative 3x to the fourth plus 6x plus 9. With subtraction, we have to be super, super, super careful, right? Everybody.
Right.
Now take my suggestion. I'm going to put a negative, there's technically a negative 1 right there, right?
Right.
Now isn't it negative 1 times all that stuff?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to distribute the negative 1 through so I don't make any sign errors. Negative 1 times negative 3x to the fourth.
Positive 3x.
Positive 3x to the fourth. Careful. Negative 1 times positive 6x.
Negative 6x.
Negative 6x. Make sure you're paying attention to this example, guys. If you're working, you're most likely going to get this subtraction ones wrong. Negative 1 times positive 9.
Negative 9.
Negative 9. Now I distributed that subtraction sign through, right? So that's all gone. We've rewritten it like this, right? So then I'm just going to drop these down. Negative 8 plus 2x to the fourth, and then it was plus 5x. Does everybody see how I did that, though? Okay, so then from there, let's combine like terms. Starting with the highest degree. 2x to the fourth plus 3x to the fourth.
5x to the fourth.
Good. 5x to the fourth. 5x minus 6x.
Negative x.
Negative 1x, which is negative x. Awesome. Now, careful here. Negative 8 minus 9.
Negative 17.
Good. Negative 17. One last one, then I'm going to let you work for the rest of the, well, almost the rest of the time. Questions? Okay, one more subtraction one, because these are the most common errors. Everybody, don't just say, I already know how to do it, because you don't. Everybody look up here. We're taking this polynomial, subtract this polynomial. With subtraction, we have to be careful. So I write in my negative 1 and distribute it through. Negative 1 times 4.
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Negative 1 times negative 7x.
Positive 7.
Positive 7x. Negative 1 times positive 5x to the fifth.
Negative 5x to the fourth.
Negative 5x to the fifth. Now don't double dip, you just took care of the negative, so that stuff's gone. Then you just drop this down. 3 minus 2x minus 4x to the fifth. And then you combine like terms. Carefully and slowly. Correctly. Negative 4x to the fifth minus 5x to the fifth.
9x to the fifth. Negative 9x to the fifth.
Good. Negative 9x to the fifth. Negative 2x's plus 7x's.
Negative 5x.
5.
Positive 5x. And then we have positive 3 minus 4.
Negative 1.
Negative 1. So as you can see, guys, you've got to be really, really careful. Do problems 7 through 14. I'm not going to say, yep, you got it wrong right here. I'm not going to baby you through it. So do it slow. Slow and steady wins the race with these. So check with me and I'll just say wrong. Right or wrong? All right, guys, so next part of the worksheet here. So we're going to find the degree of each of these things. So let's find the degree. Now, the degree is the highest degree. So let's look at this one. 2x cubed times x cubed. Can't we, since this is multiplication, combine them?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have 2x to the what?
6.
3 plus 3 is 6. Good. So what's the degree?
Degree.
6 degrees.
6 degree. Is everybody comfortable with that? Degrees are exponents, NASA. Right? Are we all comfortable with that? Because if you get to the worksheet and say, I don't get it, I'm not going to help you because you weren't listening.
Trying. I think it's working.
When you multiply the same base, you add your exponents. 3 plus 3 is
6.
6. So it's a 6 degree, right?
Right.
Okay, look at this next one though. Look at this next one. 2x squared, y squared. Can we combine those?
No.
Not the same base. But, interesting fact for you, it's still considered, you still add them up to see the highest degree. So even though we can't physically combine these, it's still considered, if we added up 2 plus 2, it's still considered degree 4. Now that's one of the most common mistakes, common errors on the end of level test. They throw this problem at you. They say, what's the degree? And most students say 2, but it's not. You have to add up the total amount. Does that make sense, everybody? So it's still degree 4. So look at a few more with me before you get started.
So how come on those you don't write the quartic and all that?
It just is, because if you read the directions, it says, what's the degree? If it said name it, we would.
Okay.
So we're not going to do extra work. Guys, look with me on these last few. What's the degree? Well, can we combine a cubed b squared?
No.
No, but because they're being multiplied, it still adds up to be what degree?
5.
Degree 5. Couple more, guys. You really need to stay with me so you don't get confused. Looking at these two, can we actually physically combine them?
No.
No, and they're multiplied though, so we add them up just to see the degree, which is degree 8. Okay, last two. What's my degree on this one?
Well,
5 and 4. No.
Good, you're right. We're not multiplying, so can we combine them?
Yeah, you can combine.
Can we combine these? Are they like terms?
Yes, you can.
Nope, they're not like terms. Can't combine them, right? So we go off of the highest degree, which is degree
5.
5. Now look at the difference between this problem. Everybody, are you listening? This problem versus this. These are being multiplied, right?
Right.
Yes.
And even though we can't combine them, we still add them up to see the total number of degrees. So the addition sign, we go off of the highest degree. But where it's multiplied, our highest degree is what?
9.
9. Is everybody comfortable now?
What if it's a subtraction?
There's not any subtract. Same thing, we go off the highest degree, right? Right? We name it off its highest degree.
Right.
Do problems 1 through 8 on the back. Ready, set, go. Everybody pay close attention. This next part really confuses students. It really does, but it's not that hard. So if you pay close attention, you should get it. So I'm going to start out basic here. 2 hearts minus 5 hearts. How many hearts?
3.
Negative 3 hearts, right, everybody? Is everybody comfortable with that? Okay, 2x minus 5x. Negative 3 x's. Okay. 2x squared minus 5x squared.
3x squared.
Negative 3x squared. Very good. So you guys were able to see that these were just like terms due to those pieces, right?
Right.
Okay. So what if I said 2 hamburgers minus 5 hamburgers?
Negative
3 hamburgers. Okay, so don't let this throw you off then. 2 xy's plus 4 xy's. How many xy's?
6 xy.
6 xy's. We don't split them up. We're not multiplying anything, right?
Right.
It's addition. We're simply combining the like terms. Does everybody understand?
Right.
Just like it was a hamburger, it's an xy. So let's look at this next one. 3ax cubes minus 2ax cubes. 1ax 1ax cubed. Very good. I'm glad you're not trying to split anything up here. Those are just hamburgers. Those are just hearts. Whatever you want to call them. Does everybody get it? We're just combining like terms. So could we combine this one? Last example. 20abc cubes minus
30.
10ab cubes c's.
No.
Could we combine those?
No.
No, they're not like terms, so that would be our answer. Do you understand? Don't let it throw you off just because there's multiple things in there. That's our like term. That's our like term, so it's just an apple. All right, so finish the worksheet. It's due at the end of the hour.
Oh my gosh.